Hey everyone, I am Candace and welcome back to my channel where I teach you to get anything that you want in your life using manifestation without any vibes, frequencies, rituals, just results. And we get those here on my channel fast. Everyone here, a part of this community, knows manifesting is not difficult. It's simple. So today I am really excited to get started with you guys a 5-day manifesting course. What I've realized is that there's so many different things out here about manifestation, so many videos that we're giving you kind of pieces of information by answering questions one by one. So I wanted to do a straight, this is exactly how I manifest. This is exactly what I tell my clients. I use the same process every single time in every single thing that I do in order to manifest at lightning speed, okay? So every single day we'll dive into something different, a new skill that you can kind of compound on top of each day in order to get whatever you want faster. And when I say faster, I mean lightning fast. I started this 5-day, I was calling it a challenge on Instagram, but I ended up changing it to just a course because I feel like it's more teaching you what to do. But when I started on day 3, I got a random, it was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I got a random email from my job telling me that they were raising our salary bands and I was gonna get a $10,000 raise. After I just recently got a $15,000 raise and our annual upgrades are coming in March. They just randomly decided to hand me an extra $10,000 per year. So when I tell you it works super fast, make sure you guys are staying tuned. I will put this 5-day challenge, 5-day course in a series so you can watch one after another. Also, if you click the link in the bio below, I will be referencing like downloads and resources that I have available for you. So if you sign up, and it is free, but if you sign up at the link below, you can get the resources for every single day delivered to your inbox that basically help you put into practice what I'm talking about. Woo! Okay, so now that that is over, let's go ahead and get started with day 1. Today's topic, today's focus is on deciding what you want and then creating a mental image or a mental picture of the person who already has what it is that you desire. Now, deciding what you want, that sounds pretty simple, right? Like, okay, I can easily choose what I want. But here's what I want you guys to do. Usually when I ask people, okay, well, what are you trying to manifest? The first thing that comes out of their mouth actually isn't what they're trying to manifest. You might say, I want to manifest $1,000, or I want to manifest a new job, or I want to manifest my SP, a person that I kind of have my eye on doing a certain thing or giving me a certain action. Well, if I were to ask you to go deeper, what do you want that $1,000 for? You don't just want to manifest $1,000. You don't want someone to just say, hey, here you go, here's $1,000, but all you can do is hold it in your hand and look at it. Or, hey, I just put $1,000 in your bank account. You can look and see your balance, but you can't spend it on anything. You probably have a specific thing or reason that you want that money for. Maybe you want to pay off your credit card debt. Maybe you want to buy something for one of your children. Maybe you want to fund a trip that you want to go on. You know, the possibilities are endless for what you want to do with this money, but there is probably a deeper reason for that. If you want to try to get a new job, like, why are you getting this new job? What's so much different about this one than about the new one than like your current job? Is it a higher salary? Is it a better work environment? Is it a more flexible work environment? Do you want to work from home? Do you see what I'm saying? As you start to ask yourself, what is the real reason? What is like the real motivation behind this? You're probably gonna go 1 or 2 levels deeper to get down to the actual thing that you really want. Now you might say, okay, well, what's the difference? If I manifest $1,000, I'll have the money to do whatever I want to do with. So what's the problem? Why can't I just say that? And I'll tell you why. Your subconscious is always running the show, okay? I've talked about this in countless videos, how your life is all determined by your inner reality and what's going on in here, okay? Your deep down thoughts, beliefs, you know, like those really embedded types of thoughts that come from childhood, your last couple of years being on this earth and your experiences, okay? Your subconscious is always doing the heavy lifting and steering you where you're gonna go in life. So basically, that's why limiting beliefs have such a high impact on how successful you are. Because even if you say, okay, I'm gonna manifest $1,000, but deep down, you're saying, yeah, right, that's not possible for me, you're not gonna be able to manifest it because your subconscious is the one who is overtaking your conscious mind, which only does like 5% of the work, you know, in manifesting. It only does like 5% of the work, like what we're consciously thinking about. So if that's the case, that's what you need to be able to do all the work for you. Now, your subconscious mind knows those deep down desires. So if you try to approach it with, I'm going to manifest $1,000, I'm going to manifest $1,000, it has to take that affirmation and it has to drill down to all these levels to get down to what you really want. Because in manifesting, things happen in a way sometimes that we don't expect. I can ask for $1,000, but maybe in my mind, what I really wanted was a trip, to be able to pay for a trip to go somewhere. So maybe I ask for $1,000 and then my company gives me $1,000 raise. That's not what I asked for. For number one, that's $1,000 that's gonna come over the course of time, not all in a lump sum like I need. You see what I'm saying? You have got to be very specific and detailed so that you can shortcut that whole process of your subconscious trying to go figure out what it is that you want and where to apply all these manifesting practices. You can just tell it, boom, go directly here. I want plane tickets, a free stay, whatever, at this place at this time. That is why you need to be very, very specific. Now, in your email that you get for day one, I give you something called a desire decision guide that will kind of help you drill down to these different levels to figure out exactly what it is that you really want. Now, once you get to that point, it's time to move on to step two. Usually deciding what you want doesn't take that long. So I gave you another activity for day one. And on this day, we are also going to create an image of the person, the version of you in your mind who is already living with your desire. This, you should have kind of heard this concept before. If you're in the law of attraction community, law of assumption community, you hear all the time, act as if, live in the end, embody the wish fulfilled, embody the person who has what you want. And it's like, okay, well, how do I do that? So that is also what you're gonna do on today. So inside of your mind, if you feel like you are lacking something that you want, there is a current story, vision about yourself that you have that pretty much says, I don't fit the bill of whatever it is that has what I want. Maybe it's somebody in a relationship. You feel like I'm not good enough to be in a relationship with these type of people that I want. The types of people that I like don't ever like me back. The types of people I want to settle down with don't ever want to settle down with me. Maybe you want to have a certain friend group and you're like, I'm just not that type of person. I wouldn't fit in with those people, even though I would love to be included and to go out and do things like that. I just kind of don't fit the mold. Maybe when it comes to money, you're like, I see that person living over there and everything is super easy for them, but things just come harder for me. I have to work harder. I have to figure out ways to really hustle and get what I want. And this inner story that you have is driving your life. You have got to change that inner story about yourself in order to become this person who already has what you want, who has a totally different life. Now, this is what we mean when we say embody the person who already has what you want. It can be something very simple. Let's say you want to have like YouTube fame, okay? Now, you currently, as a video recorder, as a YouTuber, as you're posting, you probably are posting from the version of someone who doesn't have a lot of followers. You're like, man, yeah, okay, let me try to pick this topic based on something that I think will go viral. Let me try to pick this topic based on what I think people want to see and what I think will get me views. Man, when I post this video, I really hope I get enough, views to really take me over the edge. I'm just gonna keep checking to see my stats and my analytics after I post the video. That is from the version of you who is in the current place of not being successful, not having, tons of videos, not going viral, hoping and wishing and being in a state of lack. Now, the way that you would embody the version of you who already has your desire is you think about what it would be like if you already had gone viral a couple times, if you already had tens of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. Now, for some people, it's hard for them to imagine themselves. So instead, just try to imagine the person who's already there. Imagine like your favorite YouTuber who you feel like is already there. What is that attitude like? How is it different? I'll give you some examples. You post videos and you're just like, oh, people have been begging me for this topic for days and weeks. I know as soon as I post it, it's gonna be good. Man, let me get up, let me do my makeup. These people are waiting for my videos. They cannot wait to hear what I have to say. I'm just gonna post it and I'm not even worried about it. I'm good. I know I'm gonna get thousands of views in the first hour. It's not even a big deal. Do you see the attitude shift there? You're going from someone who is in a state of lack, who is nervous, who is not sure about what they're doing and what the results are gonna be, to someone who's like, I already know how this goes. I've done this so many times. Like, I know my audience, they're solid. I'm gonna get so many views. Do you see that difference? That is what I mean when I say, think of the version of you who already has what you want. Now, what you need to do in this case, after you think of that person, write down a couple of statements. Maybe like, you know, just take some journaling time to write down what their life is like. What do they think? What are their attitudes? What are their feelings towards your desire? How is their life different than yours? You have to take the image of this person. And what I do, anything that I want, I create this story for myself of who I am once I have my desire. And I read it every morning. Why? Because I need to remind myself, oh, this is who I need to be when I step out into the world today. This is who I need to be. This is the attitude I need to have when I take whatever action I take in order to come closer to my goals. Okay? This is what I need to do. This is the frame of mind I need to be in order to manifest faster. And the reason why is, and I'll probably reference this over the course of the whole challenge, the reason why is because your brain does not know the difference between, you know, real and imaginary. If I ask you to smell like a hot chocolate chip, close your eyes and smell a hot chocolate chip cookie, like I'll close my eyes, smell it, and it's like, seems like it's here right in front of me. Your mind doesn't know the difference. So what we are doing here is we are putting ourselves, we are giving ourselves an image of feeling, an embodiment of us already having the thing that we want. And there cannot be like a mismatch here. You can't have a mismatch between your inner and outer reality. The outer reality is going to catch up, and it will do it much more quickly when you stop and remind yourself of who you are going to be and show up as that person. So no more posting on Instagram, wondering if you're going to get likes, worrying if you don't get likes, being upset, you know what I mean? None of that. You have to show up as if you are already that it person, that it girl, that it guy who everyone can't wait to see. They love to hear what you have to say. They love to hear what you have on, how you did your makeup, your hair, whatever it is that you want to share, your family. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give you some examples. The way that you can do this with money is, I'm trying to hit like money and love and some of my examples for you guys. The way that you can do that with money is by thinking about your attitude right now toward money. If you're trying to manifest money, you're in a state of lack, you feel like money's hard to come by, change that. The person who you are with an abundance of money, who doesn't worry about money at all, that person knows that no matter what, when they spend money, it's coming right back to them. They don't even worry about spending money. They don't worry about, you know, the things that they have to purchase or the bills that they have to pay, because they know it's coming right back to them. That person does not feel a lack of money. They know that money rushes to them so fast. It's like a waterfall coming down. Like they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop the abundance of money around them if they wanted to. That person looks around their everyday life and says, oh my gosh, look at all these possessions. Look at the house I live in. Look at the people I know. Look at the car I drive. All of these things, they know that these are all expressions of the abundance in their lives. You see where I'm going with this? You're changing your mentality. You're embodying that new version who already has tons of money and doesn't worry about anything. That person is super generous and plans out the next time they're going to just, you know, drop money on people who need it. Not like drop money. I don't know why I did that, but you know, just like really be generous and kind and give to people who need it. So if you want to do it with love, you have to go from the person who is nervous, not sure they're going to get what they want, not sure if love is going to be reciprocated to them, to the person who is just so joyful because love is all around them in all of their relationships, both platonic and romantic. They just exude joy and love, and it comes back to them 10 times magnified. Okay, they don't ever worry about if anyone likes them, because everyone that they like seems to just like them so much more and is interested in them so much more. They're like, everyone they meet is like a mirror. You know, whatever is reflected, whatever they reflect out is reflected back to them. You have to get into the spirit of whatever it is that, like, the person you're going to be when you have what you want. And you have to show up every day as if you are that person. So even, and what does that mean? How can I show up as if I'm that person? You know what I'm saying? For instance, if you are manifesting money, you have to pay a bill. Yeah, you might not like to pay that bill. It might be decreasing your balance for now, but you just have to say, you know what? Having bills is a sign that I am equipped and capable to make money and pay them. I'm not worried about paying this bill. I'm so glad that I can pay this bill because I know this money is coming back. You have to change your attitude instead of being like, you know, let me go pay my cell phone bill today. So ridiculous how high it is. Like, highway robbery with these cell phones. Like, yeah, we all know it's true. Like, it's so ridiculous how much they charge for phone plans, but that doesn't have to be your attitude. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Who is young and old enough for DuckTales? Okay, Scrooge McDuck. Anyway, so don't be like a Scrooge. Be happy that you have the means to pay your bills and embody that mindset of someone who, you know, they don't even notice their phone bill coming out of their account because everything's on auto pay. It's not even a thing. That is what I mean. Create that new story of yourself. Knock out this old story that is steering you in a direction that you don't want to be in, the one that you're in now, and bring in that new story of where you want to be. Okay, that was a lot. I'm trying to keep these videos under 10 minutes each day. So if you haven't already, sign up to get the Desire Decision Guide. I also did a little PDF on how to, you know, uncover your old story and write down your new story to kind of help you out. I want you to read this story to yourself every single morning to remind yourself of not only who you're gonna be, but who you are. You can choose to be this new person anytime that you want to be. Your circumstances around you, your environment around you doesn't matter, because you can choose to be however you want to be, whomever you want to be, every single day inside of here, and your outer reality will catch up much faster than you think. Okay, super strong lessons for day 1. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow for day 2. I'll talk to you later.